Universal Studios, and this is the Halloween Horror Nights. I'm so excited for this event. We spent the day at the park, we got the ticket to the event, and we bought the early entrance as well. So the event starts at 7, gates open at 6:30, all the rides close at 5:30, but with the early entrance we can just stay in the park and get access to some of the mazes because we were here in the park. We just had to come to the entrance. They have stunts for picking up the wristbands, and then they allow us to stay in the park. It's 8 mazes in total. 6 of them are going to be open on the early entrance,
including Insidious, which picked up the biggest queues, so I think we're going to head there first.
Park just closed, we did our last ride, now we're making our way to the mazes. There are 4 mazes on the lower lot and 2 mazes on the upper lot that are on the early entrance. We're going to start with the 2 on the upper lot because Insidious, which is one of them, is the one with the biggest queues, so we want to get this one right for the first thing on the early entrance. Ghostbusters right next to it. Insidious and Ghostbusters are on the Harry Potter area, but they're not gonna open that now on the early entrance. You need to get through the waterboard entrance. They had a very big queue already on the Harry Potter area. So because you have the early entrance, we need to come here.
It's not very well advertised.
No, the person that was there, we were asking her, and she wasn't sure what time was going to open, but someone else gave us the instruction to come here. There was a lot of empty rooms that were just walking from one to another, like black corridors with nothing. But the room that had something, I thought it was good.
Yeah, there's some really good jump scares. Unfortunately, a few of them missed us. We just caught the end, and the characters looked like they were dressed up really good.
Yeah, I feel like we were missing a lot of them. People were just coming off right before we passed by, and when we were passing by, nothing was going on. Now we're gonna check Ghostbusters. This is on 25 minutes, Ghostbusters. We wanted to get to Insidious first, because every day they were checking. Insidious was by far the longest queue. We queued about 45 minutes for it, going straight there on the early entrance. Now it's already on 75, and we're still on the early entrance.
We checked in the past, it's normally got up to about 110 minutes, so it was really good to get there first. Ghostbusters on 25 is pretty good. The other mazes, only 2 of them have opened up so far. One's on 45 minutes and the other's on 20 minutes. Ghostbusters time.
Oh, where's the music? Oh, there you go. Was really good.
Yeah, that was
I really like. What's better?
that one. Love that one.
That one was the one that I was expecting the most, and it is really good. It's more about the teaming and seeing what happens on the movie. There are jump scares as well.
There's excellent theme. Got ourselves a beer. Now, when you get your beer, you have to show ID every time, but you get given a wristband, and this is for security when you are walking around the park. So if you are caught drinking alcohol without a wristband, they will confiscate it.
We're in the queue for the Quiet Place now. I like that in the queue they have TVs giving a context with the story. So if you didn't watch the movies, at least you kind of understand what's going on in the maze. I really like this one. I felt like with the jump scares. A lot of them were based on the monster of the film. It's kind of like a lot of the same thing, but I feel like the scenarios that you go through are really, really cool. Really well done. All the actors approaching you to be quiet. Sometimes they came out of nowhere. So sometimes the actors were actually scaring me more than the actual monster. I thought that was really cool.
You know, I really like the actors. I thought they were all sort of different, having a reason to being there, and I thought that's what made it really cool.
They were representing the scenes of the movie, so it felt like you were watching the movie and seeing stuff. It's not like people jumping on you to scare you for no reason. They were just remaking the scenes from the movie. Now we just joined the queue for the fourth maze, which is the Monsters of Latin America. The park is now open for everyone. So with the early entrance, we managed to get on 3 mazes, being one of them the one with the biggest queue. We paid $10 for the early entrance, and I thought it was really worth it because it's 8 mazes in total. If we could have these 3 done before everyone else gets inside the park, now we can concentrate on the others and then do the shows because we want to do the shows as well. And $10 is a lot cheaper than buying fast passes, for example.
But if you did purchase the fast pass, you can also use that in the early entry as well.
Yeah, you can choose to do both. But like, if you want to find a way to make it easier to go on every maze, but you don't want to spend that much money on fast pass, the early entrance is a cheaper option.
Take this grave. Este hombre wanted to be the richest man in the village.
I'm so sad that this is over. I wanted this to just keep going. I love it. I wanted to see more monsters.
Yeah, that was my favourite one.
That was my favorite. I'm not expecting that. That was incredible. So you had all the monsters and they have posters saying what was the monster that was going to be the next one. It's so cool. It makes me want to search more about the monsters and then do the maze again. This is one of the scary songs, the Luchadores Monstruos. It's really cool because it's riding the exit of the Latin American monster. That was cool.
Feast your eyes on our illustrious prince and princess, eager to devour your souls. And their court of phantoms, excited to dine on their leftovers. Because tonight, we feast on fear.
To see the show. They was had the waterworld show during the day, and at night they replaced for this other show on the Halloween. We were getting there, and we ended up on another quick show. That was really, really good. Like, it was just a quick thing, but it was really cool. By accident, we just ended up like on the best place, right in front. Now let's see the other show. show was really worth watching again. Even if you watched the other version during the day, that's what we did. We watched Waterworld during the day, and now the park at night. Some of the stuff that they're doing on the show are quite similar to the show during the day. Some of the props that they use, they're quite similar, but with a whole different story that makes sense. I didn't thought it was a problem watching two shows on the same day. It was cool to see the difference between them. It felt a whole different experience.
Blood splatter effects were really, really well done. So it was a lot more gory than during the day. So it's a more adult version of the show.
These maniacs want to see me in action, don't you? This has been Late Night with Chucky. Sign it off!
That's our show, everybody! That was interesting. It's a comedy show. You can send questions, and then there's someone that is gonna ask the questions and Chuck's gonna answer. So they do it all in a comedy way.
Austin wants to know, what is your favorite?
It's quite funny. The show is quite quick as well. I enjoyed it. I wanted to experience everything. It was worth doing. Now we're gonna do the tram, which is the main thing I wanted to do here for the Halloween event. Look like you're just scared.
What are you? I've been asking myself the same question.
It's really cool.
Are you kidding me? Not again.
Do you know this one?
Would you like to see a magic trick? Would you like to see a magic trick?
We're doing the studio tour at night. It's a very different studio tour from the one during the day.
Hence we're walking.
Yeah, we get off the train now. Not actually a horror maze. They have this wall tour. It's all from the movies from Blumhouse. And then you have one movie after the other. That's really beautiful.
This is a queue just to take a photo outside the house.
Yeah, Disciple House. I don't know, it's a big queue to take a photo. You can actually fast pass the queue as well.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the initiation of the purge. Beginning at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be committed.
Please help me! Please! Please help me!
was really, really good. It's kind of like an open horror maze. We decided to do this at night because we thought it would be better. So the event starts at 5:30 for us or 7 for everyone, and it's still light. So if you're doing the mazes, everything is indoors, so it doesn't matter if it's still light. But if you're doing this, it needs to be at night, because doing this during the day was not going to be as good. It's also a very cool opportunity to actually walk throughout part of the scenery of the studio tour. So you can walk on the scene of like the plane crash.
And the Bates Motel, I thought was quite
The
cool.
Bates Motel, like one of the coolest parts of the studio tour. If you're doing the regular studio tour during the day, you never leave the tram. So it was really cool to have the opportunity to leave and walk through the scenarios of the movies. So now that we did the walkthrough, we're just gonna go back to the tram to go back to the park. With this, we finished all the Halloween stuff that they have up here on the upper lot. So we're gonna go down to the lower lot now to do the 4 mazes that they have there. During the Halloween event, the Mighty World is not open.
It's kind of like middle of nowhere. Nice.
It's kind of cool how some of the mazes you kind of leave the park and then you come to this backpack area. The one thing, you cannot see most of the queues from the outside. Some queues they have indoor kettle pans or hidden kettle pans that you cannot see. So you kind of need to trust the time that they advertise if you're trying to plan your night here. But the times were quite accurate.
Yeah, it's been very accurate, very good.
This maze is inside one of the stages.
Just did Eternals, Bloodline Monsters.
Yeah, it was alright. It had like a story, it was telling a story, but I thought it was probably one of the weakest.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite as good as the others.
I know you are so happy with
I
it.
loved it. I loved it just watching you jump.
Yeah, probably that's the one that got me more with the jump scares. Right, so we did the Weeknd, and I was really intrigued on this one because when I heard about a maze team that's the Weeknd, I felt like, what?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange thing to do a maze. And I come out of this feeling like it's a little bit of a strange thing to do a maze. I don't think my opinion's changed. I have heard some people say that they like it. I don't know. The Weeknd is a singer, a very popular singer. But is it like, because he's popular, let's do a maze about him? Does it fit? I don't know.
I don't really understand the reference, so I don't know. That was the problem. I thought it was alright as a maze that I don't understand the reference, but that's it. The outside part though, it was the coolest of all the other mazes. You have entertainment for the queue, because there's the music. So what's everyone else's opinion on this maze?
I enjoyed the maze, that's some good scares and some good effects and everything, but I didn't fully understand the concept of it. I don't really follow the story, I don't really know what's going on, if you know what I mean. It all seemed random scenes and a bit of a mismatch, but I enjoyed it though, it was still good.
Did you like it?
I did. Just like any sort of pop video, completely off the wall and makes no sense, but it's good.
I feel like we're learning about a darker side of the Weeknd. He has some strange ideas, but yeah, I liked it. It was a fun maze. Screams are happening already.
Outside the maze. This one was scary, wasn't it?
I like the way, like, at the beginning, about halfway through, you were like, it's not very scary because the actors are blended in quite a lot.
No, not this scary. You know, the people that just stay with the flashlight guiding you.
Yeah.
Because every maze, they have these people that just keep indicating the way, but they're all like dressed in black, and usually they just blend in with the walls because everything is usually dark. But here, all the walls are white, so you can quite see. It looks like, I don't know, like a Star Wars Jedi or something.
Yeah, it does.
Like there. But anyway, the maze, I thought there was a lot of jump scares on this maze.
Yeah, that was the most jump scares I think on a single maze.
It was good. It was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. I thought that one was really quite good. It was different to all the others, and that is a good thing. When you have so many mazes, they can start to blend into one another. So when you get a maze like that, which is bright, going for a laboratory the whole way through, it's quite cool to see.
The monkey was a little bit stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, the monkeys were a little bit fucking dumb.
Now we only have one maze left. So Insidious was the one with the longest queues, followed by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We did one of them right in the beginning, and the other one we left to do it last, because then we can do everything else and then just jump in the queue, knowing that everything else is already done. So if the event is over, at least we're in the queue. But we do have a lot of time. The queue is dropping now to about an hour. It was over an hour throughout the whole time. Right, we zero the mazes.
Yes, all mazes complete. And I really like that one. I thought that was a really good one. That's one of my favourites.
Yeah, that was really good.
Basically, Leatherface and his family just constantly coming at you with chainsaws. But when you hear the chainsaws, they're iconic and they quite good jump scares.
That's it, we just left the park. After finishing all the mazes, we did a rewrite on Mummy and Transformers. So I thought it was quite easy to do everything today, although we did have the early entrance. The tickets for this event, they start at $77. That's about what we paid. We came here on a Thursday. It was one of the cheapest days. The early entrance starts at $10, so it was $10 for us. I thought it was a really good value. So the Fast Pass, if you want to get one entrance per maze, it starts at $250. And if you want unlimited, it starts at $290, which is a lot. If you get the early entrance and if you plan properly, you can do everything. Insidious was the biggest queue by far. Now, in the end of the day, every maze was about 5 minutes. Insidious was in 75. I quite like the strategy of getting the two mazes with the biggest queues. One in the first thing while the queues were not that big, and the other one towards the end of the day. If you don't have the early entrance, I would probably do Insidious last, because then you can jump in the queue right before the park closes, and then you can do everything else with more calm and then do Insidious last. But you're gonna leave the park late. This is over 2:30 now.
My favourite mazes was Latin American Monsters and Ghostbusters. Both very different mazes. I think they were both thematically the best, and they were very, very good mazes.
The Death Valley was the best one for jump scares, but definitely I prefer this two as well because of all the theming that they have, the story, and everything that you see along the maze. The weakest mazes, I would say the Bloodlines and Insidious. I really don't get why this is the most popular maze. I thought it was quite weak comparing to the others.
The whole group we were with all said Insidious was the weakest. I've got Bloodlines at the bottom as well, followed by Insidious. We have other opinions, like you prefer Quiet Place a lot more than me. and I probably prefer maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre slightly more than you. But I think it was the films that we have seen, and that can also play an impact. So it is really cool to watch some of the films before you come here.
Most of the things that they have here are based on films, and it's really worth. If you're coming to the Halloween event, and if you have the chance, watch the films first, because it's really cool when you can actually recognize. This is one thing that I think Halloween Horror Nights does really well, is recreate the scenes on the mazes. So it's not only about the jump scares, it's about following all the scenes that they had on the movies, and if you know the reference, it's going to be a lot better. A big highlight of the Halloween for me was the tram. Not because it was the best thing, but because it's something different. It's not only mazes, mazes, mazes. You have this whole walk through the studios. It's not very scary. It's outside. It's kind of like a mixture of like a horror maze and a scary zone. But they don't really chase you. A few of them do. But I just think the whole thing was really cool. Going in the tram, going through the studios, seeing parts of the movie sets, because it was the Blumhouse that is a producer with a lot of different movies. And they have multiple movies on this walkthrough.
Would you return?
Yes, I would.
You would. Would you return next year?
Depending on the mazes, yes. Because most of them are based on IPs. I would like to return if they have IPs that I care about, because like I said, this is the start of the event to me. It's going on mazes about movies that I care about and that I get the references. To be honest, this year I was not really excited about any of the mazes. I did the Florida Halloween Horror Nights in 2019, and I was so excited about some of the mazes there. And to be honest, I thought that was better than the criticism that I have here. All of the mazes, they had all these corridors with nothing that you walk from one room to another. There's just a black corridor with maybe a poster or a photo or something. But I thought that was a little bit weak. On the Florida version, it was just a whole maze. I thought that the scary zones in Florida was better as well. Would you return?
Not next year, but the year after. I think it's a type of place that's good to have a year break from. I really enjoyed myself here, but I think overall, I would say that I preferred Knott's Berry Farm, which we were at last week. That to me was a more complete event.
I feel like here you have the whole package better. So the shows were really good, better than the ones in Knott's Berry Farm, with the trams as well. But with the mazes, I was quite surprised to say that I actually do prefer Knott's Berry Farm. The mazes were longer and they were very well teamed. So if you haven't seen this video yet, make sure to just check our review on Knott's Berry Farm. But it's very close between them. I could understand anyone that prefers Universal. I feel like it has a lot to do with how you feel about the mazes, what mazes you're looking forward the most. I was more excited for Knott's Berry Farm, so I feel like that has an impact as well. Universal or Knott's Berry Farm? Knott's Berry Farm.
Universal for me, that's still the best.
It's very close between the two.
It's definitely really worth doing this. I love Halloween Horror Nights, and I was really excited to try the Universal Hollywood version, and I'm really glad we did.
So we've got plenty more Halloween events coming up this season, including Wallaby Holland, Traumatica at Europa Park, Movie Park Germany, Toverland, and hopefully a few other ones based in the UK.
So make sure to subscribe to check these vlogs on all these other Halloween events.